Most people don't like insects. They are the uninvited guests at our picnics, the buzzing annoyance in our kitchens, the source of itchy bites in the summer. From cockroaches in the walls to spiders in the bath, we spend a remarkable amount of time and money trying to get rid of them. So, let's entertain a fantasy. What if, with the press of a magic button, every single insect on Earth, from the mightiest beetle to the smallest gnat, simply vanished? For the first few weeks, it would be paradise. The world would be blissfully silent. Summer evenings would be free from the buzz of mosquitoes. You could leave your windows open without fear of flies. Farmers would rejoice as pests that once plagued their crops would be gone overnight. The multi-billion-dollar pesticide industry would collapse, and our food would be cleaner and more abundant than ever. It seems like a perfect world, a world without crawly, annoying bugs. But then, after about a month, you'd start to notice something strange in your garden. The flowers would bloom, beautiful and bright as ever, but they would never turn into fruit. Your tomato plants would be lush and green, but barren. This small domestic puzzle would be the first hint of a global catastrophe. The problem is pollination. Roughly 75% of the world's flowering plants and about a third of our food crops rely on animal pollinators to reproduce, and the vast majority of those pollinators are insects. Wind can handle grasses and some trees, but it's not precise enough for most of the plants we eat. Coffee, chocolate, apples, almonds, melons, the list goes on. All of them require the diligent work of bees, butterflies, and even flies to carry pollen from one flower to another. Without them, these plants are reproductively sterile. Orchards would become fields of barren trees. The world's supply of coffee and chocolate would cease to exist. The price of the remaining food would skyrocket, leading to worldwide famine. But the lack of pollination is just the beginning. The next thing you would notice is the silence. The cheerful sound of birdsong in the morning would fade away. Frogs, lizards, bats, and most freshwater fish would begin to starve and die off in massive numbers. These animals are insectivores. Their entire existence is built on a diet of insects. As they vanish, the predators that hunt them, the hawks, the snakes, the larger fish would follow. The intricate web of life, built over millions of years, would unravel with terrifying speed. And just as the world is becoming a silent graveyard, another, more grotesque problem would emerge. Insects aren't just food. They are the planet's essential cleanup crew. Flies, beetles, and ants are masters of decomposition. They break down fallen leaves, animal dung, and dead bodies, returning vital nutrients to the soil. Without them, the world starts to fill up. Dead leaves would pile up in forests, creating a dry, fire-prone blanket that suffocates new growth. The corpses of all the birds and animals that have starved would lie where they fell, mummifying in the sun instead of decaying. Animal waste would accumulate in fields and pastures, never breaking down. The planet's nutrient cycle would grind to a halt. The soil would become sterile, unable to support the very plants that didn't even need insect pollination. So, the final picture is grim. Humanity would be left on a silent, sterile planet, covered in piles of undecomposed waste and the perfectly preserved bodies of the dead. With no way to grow food and a completely collapsed ecosystem, our own extinction would be a mathematical certainty. But as the last pockets of humanity huddled together in the ruins of civilization, they could take comfort in one small fact. In a world of starvation and decay, at least they wouldn't have to worry about cockroaches. A small price to pay, perhaps, for total annihilation.